Yo, what's up, guys? TB Bapo here. Welcome back to another stream. And this time we are going to have a very special stream. It's the return of Pioneer League. That's right, folks. We are back with more Magic the Gathering action here in Top Tech Game. So we've just finished our preliminaries here. We've got our top 8. Let us jump into the brackets. There you go. So we've just been informed that our player forgot to bring his Boseiju, which is what we're seeing right now, except it's the opposite. We need more rice. So if you're wondering what that card is flipped, it's the Boseiju, says our fellow player, which we're seeing right now. It starts off with a Llanowar Elf, or rather, that's a Llanowar Elf Deep Magic promo. GreaseFang is still pretty good in this matchup because technically Green Devotion was very susceptible to GreaseFang, especially if like he just goes on turn 3 and then just breaks, makes a bunch of angels. That's a lot of pressure on the board already, and then you just take 13 out of nowhere. Unless you have a turn 2 Old Growth Troll, which could be really good, but still it's delaying the inevitable. Like he could just do it again. Like slamming a card on turn 3 is his best shot, but Karn is not here anymore, so the deck, or rather the matchup, is definitely worse. That's Collected Brutality escalating. And I think he's trying to drain. Okay, just putting some pressure. I think I discarded a Isika's Chariot, if I'm not mistaken. So a turn 3 GreaseFang would be good for Erik right here. Yeah, I believe Hilkiah is running the Voracious Hydra. I think that's like his only outs. Like just make a very big Hydra. But Erik's build definitely has some spot removals, so I don't think he's too worried about those big chunky creatures. He just needs the airspace to be free so that his Parhelion can attack, including his angels. Gee, I wonder who owned the card. I mean, Hilkiah can still slam. Maybe a Cavalier. I think this is one of his best cards in the deck. Another Wolf Willowhaven into nothing. That's quite unfortunate for Hilkiah. A very slow turn. And there's the Sentinel making a map token, which also means Erik doesn't have anything to go at. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3 mana. It's going to use that to add 3. That becomes 4. Very curious what he's going to play. Oh, there's the Cavalier. So I think he was just short in mana last turn. Right, milling Vivian, a land. Gets a forest. I do not see any... what do you call this? I don't see any... What was that card? I'm trying to get it on the top of my head. The one with the flashback. I think it was Storm. Because you really need that card to go off with this deck. Just keep pushing a lot of devotion cards. Sigirig Pastern. Yeah, quite unfortunate for both players. It's just really slow. Both Hilkiah and Erik. I think they were just worried about going mulligan to 5 because on Hilkiah's end, it's probably worried about disruption cards such as like that Thoughtseize, or the one we saw earlier, the Brutality. On Erik's end, he doesn't want to go to 5 because Hilkiah might put in like a lot of pressure early in the game, and he may not have the time to catch up. There's an Archdruid's Charm And I believe the other card is. We'll see in a few moments. I think it's the Invasion or Polochronos. It's Polochronos. Still a very good card. No, wait. He's searching. Wait, what is that card? It's search 2 basics. Vorinclex? That's legal? Oh, okay, I see. So, Trample Reach, 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, search for 2 forest. And then you may exile by paying 8. Then return it transformed. Yep, it's the March of the Machines. Grand Evolution, mill 10, put 2 creatures. Okay. I guess it's another threat, basically, on the field. So, end of turn, we're going to see. Grizzly Salvage. I think it got a land. Oh, no, second one. All right. There's a GreaseFang. But no sign of Parhelion. He definitely needed that. Just to put a little bit of pressure. Because Chariot is fine, but not in this kind of board state. Because Vorinclex and Cavalier are pretty big creatures. Yep, that's another GreaseFang right there. Putting it on top. And Sentinel is now at 4/5. Nope, just putting it in the graveyard. Alright, end of turn, exiles GreaseFang. No, he deals damage with Archdruid's Charm, which is pretty good. So now Erik is like super behind. That was a pretty good turn for Hilkiah, because he was worried that the GreaseFang will buy him more time. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 devotion. And he still has like 4 more mana. Oh, that's 9. Oh, miscounted. Oh, and he has a Cityscape Leveler to unearth, I believe. And that should be it. Wow. Looks like Hilkiah gets the first game. Yeah. Game number 1 goes to Hilkiah. Very convincingly. And that's an easy mulligan for Erik, which is not surprising. I see another Boseiju from Hilkiah. I'm going to have to give him a good scolding later. Because he forgot his Boseiju. That should be no, sir. It's like, it's probably... Is he buying cards in the middle of a game? What the hell, Hilkiah? It looks like he's keeping, though. Very... No, he mulligans as well. So, nag-note checking. Night prize of most unique deck. Unfortunately, Jeremy, wala. We will take note, though, on that kind of achievements. But for now, we just want the games to keep on rolling. Which, by the way, guys, if you have not heard, we are accepting registration for Modern League. So be sure to message Top Deck Games if you're interested. I believe we are 6 players signed up. No, Raymond, you are not from Singapore. Maybe Balulang. But we might consider, having the most... Oh my god, another mulligan. Very interesting. Walang nagpalit sa Cyberpunk. You should definitely watch these games, Raymond, because you gotta know who you're potentially going up against. I believe your next match is Kevin. He's top 8. He's top 8. He's going up against Kevin in the quarterfinals, so we're just waiting for that to happen. But Kevin should have he should be here in the weekend, so we'll definitely see that match. Right. Very aggressive mulligan from Erik, which is a given because of how the deck works. So he's definitely going for that turn 3 combo game plan. Pag-build din ni Kevin. Ayun, no, you should definitely cheer for Raymond. He definitely has the chops to get the win. It's doable. I think Boros Convoke has a shot against Phoenix because Phoenix is just very efficient in removals, except for like when you have a lot of tokens to deal with. So I think Erik is going to keep. Pwede makapasulod top 8. Ha 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 ha. Oy, Miguel! Mag-kuhan na ta. Mag-sign up na ta for next Pioneer League, which we'll be announcing this week. Nagsakit lang no na atong designer sa atong posters. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. Oh, that's a very slow start though for Stone Brain, which is what I mentioned earlier. He needs to hit. Here's the Grizzly Salvage. Double Asika's Chariot is not too bad. So he's definitely getting the Sentinel. Or maybe the land. Okay, he took the land, which is fine. Alright, so this is definitely the turn 3 combo. Not the best hit, but it's something. Yeah, aside from Modern League, guys, we're still going to do Pioneer as well, due to popular demand. If none of those formats are your thing, we're definitely going for Dual Commander and Pauper this Saturday. It's free entry, just to kick things off. There's the Isika's Chariot swinging in for 6, making 3 tokens. So that's a lot of pressure on the board. And there's a second Isika's Chariot already on the graveyard. So I'm gonna see something very interesting. Chris, dapat sa YouTube ka magtanaw, nganong nibalin man kaggon. Why'd you move to Facebook? Yeah, the song brain is kind of looking very awkward at this point, which what I mentioned earlier. But there is the Castle Garen Brig, which could definitely ramp him up to Cavalier if he has it. He doesn't have it in his hand, so I think that's the only play he could do this turn. And then just hope for a Nykthos next turn, so they can play Titan of Industry. That's definitely the play I would go if he wants to stabilize. Because he can, like, even if he goes for what do you call this? Even if he goes for the Stone Brain this turn, like, he's super behind on board. He doesn't want to take too much damage. Like, he wants to deal with the GreaseFang somehow. Put some blockers. Standard League, if we have enough demand, but so far I'm not seeing any numbers on my end. I mean, we can make it happen, but we're gonna need some people. Oh, he's gonna crack it! Wow. And let's see. Oh, there's the tip. So he's gonna target the Chariot. Okay, so he is saying that he is fine with 3 cat tokens, and I think he's gonna draw 1 card from the Chariots on his hand. Miguel, I have a question for you. Why don't you play Standard? Standard is fun, especially with Thunder Junction coming in a couple of weeks. Victorious Angels. Hello. Guys, don't forget to like and share the stream. Definitely appreciate your support for tuning in to our Pioneer League. Top 8. Thunder Giet. Yep, there is the Chariot. He's going to draw 1 from this because he had 1 return from his hand. Chris, we have a playset here at the shop. You can buy them if you want. Like, if you want those caverns. Juicy caverns. Very, like, the fact that they reprinted it and it's still holding its value is definitely a sign that you should get those now. I think they're at their cheapest right now at $30, if I'm not mistaken. 30, and I think it's stabilizing up to 34, 35. But to answer your question, yes, I have my own Cavern of Souls. So buy now. Or you could join one of our events and get a chance to win one of those cards. You know? All right. Here's the thoughts. He's targeting himself. Oh my god. And he has it. He drew it. Yeah, I think he drew it from the top. That should be Dedo. Yep. Alright, so looks like Erik gets the win on game number 2. Alright. Turn 1. Oh my god, Sanctum. That's not good. And yikes! Oh, that's a haywire might if I've ever seen one. Would be nice to have a board wipe though, but not on turn 2, unless you have that cheeky adventure card from standard. Ano ba? We could do a PR pass on demand tomorrow for Pioneer if you guys are interested. So I just need players to show up. There's a free pass for, oh my god, into Kiora. Hilkiah looking very good right now, and he's not worried about the GreaseFang at this point because Haywire Might is just gonna answer whatever GreaseFang's gonna cheat in. And he has a Vivian. Yeah, he's looking at the card. That's definitely gonna mess up his game plan. I think that's a Polocarinus as well. You could definitely play that later to draw a bunch of cards. Yep, just get in for one. Oof. And I'm turn, Grizzly Salvage. Thoughtseize, land, Sky Sovereign. Alright. So if he goes GreaseFang this turn, definitely the play would be Chariot, because even if he answers the Chariot, it could definitely mean that, you know, those tokens are going to put a decent pressure. Wala pa may mga trabaho. Dapat maghonghong mo sa inyong mga tito. Tito, baka naghahanap kayo ng pilot para sa pre-release. Kasi gusto talaga ako maglaro. Yan lang talaga. Just ask your friendly titos. Because if you do not play the pre-release, you will regret it. Let me tell you. Especially for this pre-release, or this set in particular, because if you saw the spoilers last weekend, sheesh! Holy smokes, the cards are so good. They're insane. Alright, so Erik is, alright, finally decides to get the land, which is smart, because you need lands to play your cards. If you're a One Piece player, there's a lot of similarities with Magic the Gathering. He picks the Sky Sovereign. Interesting. Which is fine. I guess he wants to take care of the Llanowar Elf. I definitely would have picked the Isika Chariot. Lagi nga nang wala kayo nag-BR. I think the main reason, Anton, is pretty much the holidays for past week. Why are my frames dropping? Hello? Oh no. The internet is dying. What's happening? My internet's... It cannot handle. Alright, so looks like the Sky Sovereign is answered. No. Kia is still deciding. I think the Sky Sovereign is still on the stack. Yeah, look at Kia. The classic scratches his head. Like, what do I do? Need me that Spire Bluff Canal. Still need, yes. Which is why you need to play the pre-release, because you might get a chance to get one of those. Especially the borderless version. It looks sick. What? What happened? Did he not activate? What just happened? Well, that's weird. Why did that resolve? Hello? Let me read the card again, if I'm not... Because for some reason, Hilkiah just lost control of the game. They just... What? Exile non-creature artifact. Oh, non-creature. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh. So that's why he was scratching his head, because when Sky Sovereign enters the battlefield. It's a non-creature artifact. It's a vehicle. But if Hilkiah responds to the trigger with Haywire Might, Erik can just respond by crewing his Sky Sovereign, and then it becomes a creature, which makes the target illegal. Very, very smart. I think then Sky Sovereign is definitely the best choice in that scenario. So Erik must be feeling really good right now with how the tables have turned very quickly for him. And this is not looking good for Hilkiah. Jeez. Yes, I know it's lagging. I don't know why. I'm sorry. And now it's not lagging. Thank you, internet, for not dying on my end. And 2 lands for Hilkiah. Nothing but 2 lands. And there's the Aklazots for some reason. I don't know why it's there. But Erik definitely feeling good right now. Still no sign of... Yep, and looks like he's just gonna get in the Izzet chariot. Get a bunch of cats. Wow. Yeah, I have no idea why the internet's lagging, but I think it's fixed now. Yep, chariot going back. Is it end of turn? I don't know how Hilkiah is gonna get back into this game with 2 lands. Like, he's super behind. How is he gonna pull this off? And you can see Erik still has Sky Sovereign. He can just hard cast it. So, and then anything that Hilkiah plays just dies. Oh my god. If I had known, then Erik was already in a very good spot to actually get the game back. So, yeah. Non-creature artifact. I should have read the card. Reading the card explains the card. Haywire Might Tech. LOL. Yep. It definitely is biting Hilkiah back in his face by playing that card. Yeah, it's an illegal target. You can't target Sky Sovereign when he becomes a creature. So, holy smokes! I think Erik is going to take this game, and this is I would say a very clean upset, if you ask me, because Hilkiah is very well practiced in this matchup, especially during the Karn days. But at this point, I don't think he's gonna win. Look at this. Yikes. Yep, he's ready to throw in the towel. I don't think he can ever come back. He's already down to 4. This is looking like Erik is gonna get the win. Yeah, he's just contemplating. And there is the tap out. GG's! Erik is moving on to the semifinals. Alright, starting things off with a Glade Cover Scouts. Starts off with Lush. Bins a land, which means he definitely has the combo in his hand. All he needs to do is just execute it. James, on the other hand, needs to chain a bunch of auras to make technically his Bogles bigger. Key card for Erik would definitely be Witherbloom Command in this matchup, because it can interact with some of his auras. Alright, there's the Audacity. Alright, goes for the Collected Brutality. Unfortunately, did not get to discard any artifact vehicles. That could have been the turn. Oh my god, that light pause is gonna go off real quick. But James is stuck on 2 lands. Plays the Thoughtseize. Takes out an aura. Alright, Commune with Nature. Ooh, that's a pretty good card to get. Ethereal Armor. Yep, he's gonna chain off. In response, taking out the light pulse so it doesn't go off really quick. But this Glade Cover Scout is dealing a ton of damage. He's already down to 5. Wow. Alright, James is actually looking good. And Erik does not have any enablers in this graveyard. He has access to Kaya, but no land. He threw off the land earlier. And looks like he's gonna put off a chump blocker here. Very unfortunate. Can't even interact with... Yeah, no choice but to attack. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trample 3. Yep, down to 3. Puts Scan in the hand. Not much he can do. And it scoops it up. Wow, that's very quick. Game number 1 between James and Erik. James getting the huge advantage. James going down to 6. Quite unfortunate. But if you're going up against this type of deck, you have to be very aggressive with your mulligans. Especially with a specific game plan. Either you just want to execute your game plan A, or finding those sideboard cards that would slow down your opponent's game plan. So those are your two choices. And then the more you mulligan, the more or the lesser option of choosing those two, one of those two, would be more prevalent. But Erik already kept his 7, so it's looking to be very comfortable at this matchup. Even as the Knight of Autumn. So Light Pause is the second creature to come out. It looks like a Grizzly Salvage is the response. Oh my god. If GreaseFang comes out, oh, those are very good hits. No GreaseFang on Erik's end. Not yet. So the choice would rather be the Sentinel, Raffine's Informants, or a land. He already has like 2 lands. So Sentinel is like a pretty good choice here. Other than that, those are pretty good hits. If he top decks GreaseFang, that's pretty much game. Right. Shocks with the Temple Garden. Oh, lockdown. Holy moly, that's actually super brutal. Yep. And James has no choice but to concede to that part with his creatures. And looks like the only play here is to get Gigantha. Unless he forgot to put it on his companion field. Now Erik seems to be in a comfortable spot. Sentinel doesn't even bother to play the Thoughtseize. Looks like he's going to play the map token. So Sentinel is actually pretty good here. It's going to help him look for GreaseFang here. Even gets another lockdown. Oh, in response, even gets back his creatures again with Natural State. Very interesting sideboard playing here for James. And I think that was pretty smart for Erik to keep a second lockdown over there from the top. So let's see if James wants to commit to this board. Otherwise, he's going to be super behind. Yeah, looks like he's just ready to pass. There's not really much to do because he's going to eat another board wipe. But he has a creature for later. It's just a matter of whether he wants to play it. Yeah, he doesn't want to play it on an upcoming temporal lockdown. Alright, just goes in for 2. Puts in Gigantha on the hand. Alright, so no fear for Erik because he's going to get that lockdown again. And if he throws out a Thoughtseize, he could catch the Glade Cover Scout, which is in his hand. Yep, there it is. Oh, and he's going to catch it. So his best bet is get a land into Gigantha. Which is a pretty good beater. So that's going to attack for 4. Gets a map token. Down to 16. Let's see if James can get a land off the top. It's Shram! Shram's actually pretty good. Now he's going to start chaining off his spells. Ooh, nice top deck. Ethereal Armor. Audacity. Draws a card. Armor. Draws another card. Double Griff's Boon off the top. No second land. Or rather, fifth land. Let's see how Erik is going to deal with this. He could destroy the Ethereal Armor with Knight of Bottom. Choose to. Or he could play the Seek's Chariots. Gets a land off the top with the map token. Game is looking to be dragging a little bit longer. Alright, Knight of Autumn taking out the Ethereal Armor so that he can attack. And that's another 4. He's looking to dig again. Another land! Wow. Looks like it's flooding. There's the other land. But looks like... Oh, nice. There's the Rune of Sustenance. So he's definitely going to go off with Shram right here. Double draw. Oh. Okay, James feeling himself right now. Cartouche. Gets to draw again. Green Source. And he gets a Toadstool as well. This is looking pretty good for James. And Erik is tapped out. No sign of GreaseFang. He already has Parhelion on the field. Or rather on the graveyard. Man, this Ram is actually doing like overtime for your boy James. And there it is. Second Griff's Boon. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So attacking for 7. He's dead next turn. Holy crap. What the hell is this game? We have yet to see a GreaseFang play here for Erik. Oh my god. If he doesn't get this, he gets a land. What is happening? Oh my god, is James really gonna get away with this? He's flooding super hard. And even with the Sentinel, this is not looking good. Yep, gets another map token. What is the play here though? Like, what is he gonna get off the map? Oh my god, and another land! That's super rough. Oh. Dude, James has been on fire lately. Like, not only is he top decking so well, like, but it's just putting a lot of pressure on. I don't know how he's gonna block this. Just gonna put the Chariot, get a bunch of cats. Oh lord. And he's gonna pass. Does he have a response for this? All he has is just a bunch of lands. He gets an Ethereal Armor off the top. That's super lethal at this point. And he has, I believe, the Surge of Salvation. He's counting his mana. James on the prowl, getting to take the win. Oh, no Surge though. I thought he had a Surge. So I think he's just gonna play it safe. Oh, and there it is. James gets the win. Congratulations. All right, and we are back for more games between the Pioneer League 2024 Season 1. This is the top 8 quarterfinals between Raymond and Kevin. Raymond running Boros Convoke, and he's going to go up against Kevin's Izzet Phoenix. Game number 1 between Kevin and Raymond. So Raymond should definitely go first. Let's see if he's going to mulligan. Yep, definitely a mulligan. Kevin probably going to keep his hand. He needs to keep as much cards as he can so he can answer all of Raymond's creatures on the field. Lightning Axe would be the key card here to deal with the Venerated Loxodon or the Knight Errants of Eos. However, that's just going to stem the bleeding because he really needs to slow down the Convoke game plan for Raymond. Like, turn 1 Fiery Impulse would be very good. And he's gonna go to 5. That's rough for Raymond's first game on the play as well. So this is looking not good for him. So let's talk about the game plan once again for both these decks. I'll just bring out their key cards. So for Kevin, it's going to be the Izzet Phoenix. So that's the namesake of the deck. Arclight Phoenix. If you chain 3 instants of sorceries during your main phase, then moving into combat, Phoenix triggers from the graveyard, and then he'll come back for free. So if you have a bunch of Phoenixes, like 4 is like your best number. And then the deck is just basically a bunch of cantrips and removals, spot removals. And then your best cantrip would be Treasure Cruise, draw 3 cards for 1 mana virtually. So just chain your spells methodically and make sure you count your resources very well, because that's the name of the game for Izzet Phoenix. It's a control deck. You want to make sure to stave off a bunch of damages from these aggressive decks like the Boros Convoke. And from there, dig your win conditions. Okay, starting off with the Novice Inspector. So, the game plan for Boros Convoke is to convoke or basically cheat out these very mana efficient cards. The latest edition is going to be Knight Errant of Eos for this deck. So it has the convoke mechanic where you tap your creatures as a replacement of paying the mana cost or the mana value of the card. So if you have like 5 creatures, you could just tap all your 5 creatures to play Knight Errant of Eos or Venerated Loxodon, and then gain the extra effects of either drawing 2 more creature cards off the top of your library, or pump all your creatures that help convoke the Venerated Loxodon, putting a lot of power on the field. And this can be done on turn 2. That's your fastest turn. So game plan for Raymond is to execute that turn 2 quick game plan of putting a lot of creatures on the field and then just deal a lot of damage. So Kevin opting for Op on the first turn. Very interesting play there. It looks like this is a turn 2 play for Resolute Reinforcement. Yep. There's the Ledger Shredder. That's going to delay some of the damage. So draws for the turn. Did not get a land, unfortunate. So this is looking like quite a slow turn here for Raymond. It's looking to bluff out a 1 damage, which could usually matter. And Kevin's going to take it. So one card that you would be playing around would be a Ganjo, but since Raymond doesn't have a 3rd land and he doesn't have a legendary creature, that was an easy block for me right there. There wasn't anything else to play around. So Kevin is on the upper hand still, but he's taking a lot of damage. I think it's down to 14, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely wants to take care of one of these creatures. Lightning Axe, dumping the Phoenix, taking out the Novice Inspector into Fury Impulse. Which is fine because Kevin is super ahead on the board with a Ledger Shredder into the Connive. So he's going to Connive. He's going to draw another Impulse. He should definitely bin the Spell Pierce. Decides to throw the land. And another Impulse to get the Phoenix going up. Yep. 3rd spell. And this is the power of the Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's a... Okay, so he's going to take damage. And then on end step, yep, still gets the Resolute Reinforcements. There it is, the 3rd land, finally. Where were you, dang it? Attack for 2. Looks like he wants to draw Novice Inspector. That's okay. Looks like he wants to draw a card from the Clue token next turn. Kevin having the 2nd Shredder into Treasure Cruise. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Ledger Shredder. I think, yeah, if he would have been that spell pierce right there and kept the land, I think he could have went into Treasure Cruise this turn. But I think he's short on 1 mana. Right, so he draws a card off the clue token. Another Resolute. What is up with these cards? So there is the option to just slam the... Okay, that's a Warden. It's actually not bad. So he's looking to scry. Put a counter on Warden. That is a Volderin Epicure off the top. Very interesting. And yep, easy block right there, finally. Plays a land. And passes turn. So Raymond is actually pretty smart in playing around the Ledger Shredders. Kevin gets a land. So if Kevin is not careful, he could actually be killed like out of nowhere. So he's definitely thinking. It's a Spire Bluff Canal, so playing a tap is kind of awkward. And then, is he just gonna attack? Yeah, he's probably gonna leave the Shredder on block duty. Takes 3. He still wants to win, but doesn't want to get blown up by... Yeah, it's just gonna pass. End of turn. Just gonna draw off the clue token. So Raymond, very patient, just waiting for an opportunity to just go off. Ooh, Loxodon can actually be pretty good. Just tap outs. Because technically he's not dead yet. And Kevin doesn't have a lot of spells to go around. So he may be opting to go Loxodon pass. But he could also slam the... Oh, okay. That's the Volderin Epicure. Gets a blood token. It's still very scary to just go in. Oh, is he gonna go all in? Damn! Really? So, double trigger. Hold up. He's gonna go in. He forgot to wait for Kevin's triggers. Well, even though I reminded him that he was supposed to connive, he's gonna take a lot of damage though. So, did he declare his blockers? It's down to 10. He could block 2 creatures. He has to block the biggest. Okay, there you go. So, looks like they're letting the connive resolve. Definitely has to have been the Spell Pierce. Yep. And then the second one, he needs a burn spell. Oh my god, that's a land. Or is that an opt? Okay, it's an opt. He binned the opt? Oh no. He needed that. He could have just played opt and then find another burn spell to actually stave off some damages. But we're finally seeing the... Okay, hold up. He's gonna block the biggest creatures. So he should take 8 down to 2. 3, 4. So that's gonna die. And they're both gonna live. So Kevin actually has a shot now. All thanks to the Ledger Shredders. So now I can play Treasure Cruise, try to look for a second spell. Yep, he's counting. Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the power of the Phoenix deck. Trying to make a comeback with that one card. It would be unfortunate if he draws 3 lands off the top. Yep, there should be a second spell. There's a Lightning Axe and Picklock Prankster. Right, Lightning Axe triggering both Shredders. He just needs to bin one card and that should be lethal. Yep. Yeah, that's 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Killing the Warden. You should just go in. Yep, that's lethal. Alright, Kevin gets the first game. Puts one at the bottom. Slightly better than last time. Novice Inspector. It's your best first turn. The deck is just way more consistent this time because of this card right here. Basically, it's a functional reprint. Yep, that's a very good play finally for Kevin for his first turn. But Novice Inspector is basically a reprint, a functional reprint for Thraben Inspector. Plays Rest in Peace. So it's gonna delay Kevin's game plan. So Kevin, on the other hand, definitely needs start putting some pressure on the board. Probably a Ledger Shredder. Ah, yeah, that's really good. That's one way to play around Rest in Peace, man. That's a Tarmogoyf, a flying Tarmogoyf, if I've ever seen one. So, Thraben Inspector getting another clue. Though, unfortunately, it would be awkward for him to go off. But he has no choice, yep. There's the Connive trigger. He needs to put pressure on the board. So, Kevin is deciding on whether to keep his Phoenix or keep his spells. That Lightning Axe is definitely going to be good. Unless you're not expecting the Venerated Loxodon this turn. So he's going to crack the clue to get 3 tokens. And then he's definitely going to go off with his Convoke spell. That's the Loxodon. That's a lot of power for turn 3. 8 plus 4, that's 12. Noise. Kevin just binned his one of his ways out in dealing with the board state right now. I don't know if the Ledger Shredder can hold on. If he top decks a Imodane's Recruiter, that's pretty much game. He has Aether Gust. Turn bit too late. As well as Young Pyromancer. I don't know why he brought that in this matchup. I guess it's like unlimited blockers. And it's also a plan B, if you ask me. So, not a bad card to bring up. Although it could be awkward at times. I think the play here is to just attack. Ugh. Just get in the face, baby. Face is the place. That is 12 power, ladies and gentlemen. So there has to be a response here for Kevin. Yep, that's 8. Plus 4 from Loxodon. Aether Gust, one of the tokens, so that's down to 10. You can block one of the tokens as well. Down to 8. 8 damage. So taking 8. Down to 12. And one of the tokens die. Ooh. Question is, what is the next gameplay for Raymond? Looks like it's just a draw. Oh, nice. Looks like it's just gonna pass. Resolute Reinforcements off the top. So he's still putting a lot of pressure on the board. Oh, those Phoenixes are looking very awkward right now. Double Phoenix from his hand. And I don't think he has a cantrip at this point. He has Spell Pierce. Maybe he could just hope for... like, play Young Pyro and hope for his opponents to play a spell. Looks like he's not going to wait any further. Arclight Phoenix on the field. Hard cast. Question is, can he afford to take potentially 8 more damage? So looks like he's going to pass. End of turn. Play Resolutes. So best top deck here for Raymond is going to be Imodane's Recruiter. Did he get it? Yeah, this is going to go in. 10 damage, baby. Very rough spot for Kevin, but he's forced to block. Trade with the Inspector. So that's 6 damage down to 6. Still left with 1 Ledger Shredder. Yep, that's going to take out the Phoenix as well. What is in his hand? Another Inspector. Alright. Raymond actually drawing pretty decent, if you ask me. I don't think he could afford to... Oh, he's going to slam it again, dang. Passes the turn, end of turn, draws a card. I think he got a creature right there. Right, draws for the turn. Gleeful Demolition. Not the card that you want to see. Because he basically just cracked his clue. I think Raymond has no choice but to go all in again if he doesn't have any other spell to play. Just force the Shredder to block awkwardly. Oh, wait a minute. It's got something. Ah, it's a land. It's passing the turn. Wow. I don't know about that. Kevin must have been having a relief for seeing that he's not going to attack. Okay, draws for the turn. Let's see if Raymond has anything. I think he drew a land. Oh no. Raymond is almost out of luck. Now he decides to attack. Okay, double blocks, takes 2 damage. He definitely wants to take out the Shredder if he wants to trade. I think that's the better play. Yep. I think he's assigning damage to Shredder. Arc-like Phoenix lives, but he's on block duty. And he gets a trade, takes 2 damage. I'm surprised we're not seeing Gigantha from this deck. There's the first cantrip for Kevin. Unfortunate that both his enablers are down. That's another cantrip. It's pretty good. He still needs to stabilize at this point. Another sleight of hand into a consider. He's probably just looking for like another burn spell or any other spell that he could just throw off. And it looks like he's just gonna pass. Another land! Oh no! You hate to see this type of thing happen. Raymond is what we call flooding, ladies and gentlemen. As we saw last game with Erik and James, Raymond is also on the bad side of the game called Magic Gathering, where you're flooding really hard. You need your spells to come off. So there's no good attack here for Raymond. He's gonna force the pass. End step, consider. Kevin just slowly getting back into the game. Alright. Almost revealed his card, which he shouldn't need to. Picklock, Prankster. He could opt to fire it off. Okay, he's still holding up the Spell Pierce for some reason, though. Yep, there it is. The Picklock Prankster. He can also cast it as a creature. One Lightning Axe is also good. Oh, wait. Hold up. Can he get that from... Let's see. What's the wording? Mill 4 cards. Then put an instant sorcery. Oh, so I think that's not how it's supposed to work. Yeah, because Rest in Peace is on the field, which means maybe he can't get a card. Hello, Anjo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're not just double streaming, we're triple streaming. We have a Twitch channel, by the way, Top Deck PH. You could also check it out over there. All right, cast the Picklock Prankster. Well, why is it tap? Alright. Lightning Axe to deal one of the creatures. Just so he could start attacking. Okay, so I just checked the rulings. Oh, that's actually a pretty good top deck because Kevin just when he needed the spell pierce, but of course Raymond is already flooding, so that's actually a pretty good top deck. Uh, but he can't attack, so he's just gonna pass the turn. Kevin has access to Hall. Oh, that's a lightning phoenix. That's an arc light phoenix, which is pretty good. So he could just start attacking with both phoenixes. Leave the picklock prankster on the blocks. Ibalik si Raymond Zawis. So I just checked the ruling for picklock prankster. If prankster's adventure ability, oh wow, he goes for the. Yeah, Raymond's just gonna take it. He's just gonna block next turn. Take 7 down to 13. If picklock prankster is used while opponent controls rest in peace, the milled cards will go to exile, but you are still able to add 1 to your hand. It's still milled regardless of what zone it ends up. Oh, interesting. No, he passes the turn. He doesn't have any creatures. Now he's forced to do block duty. Gonna take again, down to 6. Kevin is just very complacent using the. Oh, but he needs a creature. Oh no, Raymond is short. He needs a novice inspector. He needs something. He has a gleeful demolition and he can't use it. Ah, that's frustrating. All right, Chef it. There's the Warden, deal 1. Down to 3. He still can't attack. And this might be the end of the rope for Raymond because Kevin has an Arclight Phoenix on his hand. And that should be lethal. I think he should have blocked last turn. And I think he forgot that Picklock Prankster has Vigilance, so that definitely should be attacking. Raymond thinking hard how to get out of this situation. I don't think he can. Yeah, it's just gonna pass the turn. Kevin is just gonna slam the Phoenix, and he's just gonna attack for lethal. And there is the handshake. Congratulations to Kevin.